Good morning. My response will be to Andrew. I don't remember his last name. However, if you rewatch this quiet clip, you will see what I'm responding to. It seems to me in this clip, Andrew, just like all the red pill people, have these trained responses that are made to confuse people and somehow win a debate or argument. However, whatever mash of words you've made, it's still not going to work to have us give up our rights. So I just want to say I don't agree and I don't accept to give up our rights or my rights to Satan, Satanism, the devil, the Nazis, to any creepy cult, to any creepy organization. Cancel, delete, and clean. um Additionally, you know, if you watched Andrew over here, he got so angry at in this debate, he started turning into a hamster. He was like, if you see his face, he's like, so like I said, it doesn't matter. We will still not give up our rights. So even if you have trained responses to have successfully confused the audience and win the debate of this question or whatever, it doesn't matter because we will still not give up our rights. Part two to my response to this video, he said that morality depends on the person. Actually, morality does not depend on the person. See, when Satanists do satanic rituals, they know what's moral and immoral and what is a satanic ritual. For example, in places where women are second-class citizens and have no rights, they have the most disgusting and horrific things done to them and legalized and weaponized against them. But it's not men against women, it's Satanists and the satanic global cult, which they want to do to women globally all over the world. And the reason why, because you know how they say like children are the closest thing to the Lord. Actually, it's the women who are the closest thing to the Lord, because first of all, in all religious books it's written that we have a portal to heaven and the souls come through us. And that's why the Satanists, not men, but the Satanists hate us, and they weaponize and legalize satanic rituals on women. That's why women are treated the way they are. That's why we are told to be sexually pleased is not important, even though we have the God-given bodily function. That's why we're told that ambition is a male trait and we should only stay home. However, women can successfully operate, can successfully read, write, teach classes, do mathematics, not because we're trying to be like men, not because we're trying to be anything like anybody, but because we have God-given bodily functions and programs, and to be able to mentally compute and do these things. So for example, if a woman is a surgeon, she's not trying to be a man, she's not trying to make it in a man's world, she's just using her God-given bodily functions. And the country at this time has lost its battle to Satanism, and women are able to use their God-given bodily functions, and they are able to be a surgeon during that time. So where women have no right to do anything, it's not because they can't, it's not because they're stupid. Even though like those jokes, I don't care about those misogynistic jokes. It's not misogynistic jokes, it's Satanists pretending to be misogynist. There's no such thing as misogyny, it's only Satanism. So that's how morality works for them. Morality, they don't do things based on morality. They do things based on the knowledge of Satanism. Once again, for example, if you watch those videos and you see the most horrific things that happen to girls, let me give you the biggest example. When you see a 5-year-old girl overseas who is sold to a 70-year-old man, or the man crying that they can't buy 5-year-olds anymore for marriage, that is not moral. That is not a question of morality. That is a question of Satanism, and they know that. So this whole thing of this confused, trained responses, blaming certain things on morality, it does not make sense, and it is kind of like blocked off and cancels itself out, because Satanists don't do things based on morality. They do things based on the knowledge of satanic rituals.